Hey guys, just making a quick review video for your guys' test tomorrow. Right behind me I have a copy of our practice test that we did in class today, but I went ahead and edited it so that we have different numbers involved. So same types of questions, just change the numbers around. And again, these are the same types of problems that you're going to be seeing on the test tomorrow. So make sure you have an understanding of how we solve each of these, because tomorrow's going to be the same types of questions, just again, different numbers, different sets of numbers. And as long as you understand how to solve each of these problems, as long as you understand the process, then you should be good to go. And again, the things that I cover in this video, you might have a different strategy that works better for you, and that's completely fine. You go ahead and do what works best for you. All right, there's not one way to solve a math problem. Okay, there's tons of different ways, and that's the nice thing about it, is you can do what works best for you. Okay, that's the beauty of math. All right, there's not one right way to do it for the most part. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get started, and I'm hoping you're able to see what I have on the board. I hope it's clear enough. You guys know with number one right here, we have the cats. Okay, the picture of the cats, and right here I'm asking you to draw a diagram that represents the ratio going from ears to paws to tails. On your test, it's not going to be like this because, again, it's going to be on Google Classroom, so you're not going to have the ability to draw something and have me grade it since it's all online. So I am going to use these pictures, though, these cats, and what I might ask you is, what is the ratio going from ears to paws to tails, or tails to paws to ears, or whiskers to ears to paws, or something like that, okay? So let's just go ahead and say it's going from ears to tails to paws. Okay, I might ask you, okay, I'll give you probably four options, and I'll say, which of these four options represents the ratio going from ears to tails to paws? And the key thing to remember when we're dealing with ratios is the order matters. Okay, so if I'm asking you to make that ratio go from ears to tails to paws, you have to figure out how many ears do you see in this picture. And if I'm counting on this picture, I see 6 total ears, right? Each cat has 2. So I would say 6 ears. And then the tails. Each of those cats, it looks like, has 3 tails. So I would write 6 to 3. And then the total number of paws, each cat has 4 paws. There's 3 of them, so there would be 12 total paws. So this would be the correct ratio. However, if I asked you to give me the ratio going from tails to paws to ears, 6 to 3 to 12 would not be the correct ratio. Okay? The correct ratio for going from tails to paws to ears would be 3 to 12 to 6. Right? So we have to make sure that the number that, or the order that we put these numbers in, is the order that each of these body parts came in. Okay? So make sure we're just remembering that. You guys did a nice job with that in class, but it's an easy thing for us to forget. Okay? It's a simple thing for us to make a mistake on. So make sure we're taking advantage of these ones that seem relatively easy to us. We want to get those points. Okay? So that would be the first one. Okay? Just looking at a picture, having to come up with the ratio to describe the picture, describe the ratio in that picture. For the second one, I might have a question like this where I have a prompt. Okay? And I'm not going to go ahead and read through this prompt. All I want you to pick out from this is that the recipe to make orange water, you would mix 3 teaspoons of yellow water with 1 teaspoon of red water, right? So we're going yellow to red. Notice how I said the 3 represented the yellow, because in both cases in our sentence, yellow comes before red. So in our ratio, the number for yellow should come before red as well. Okay, so 3 to 1. And this is going to be one batch, okay? 3 to 1 represents one batch of orange water, and I'm going to write that down just so I don't forget. One batch. Okay, so again, to make one batch of orange water, we mix 3 teaspoons of yellow water with 1 teaspoon of red water. And what we need to do is use that information to help us answer the following questions. So for the first one, it says, write a ratio that represents 3 batches of orange water. So I'm going to remember, going from orange to red, I used 3 teaspoons of orange and 1 teaspoon of red. and that gave us one batch. We're trying to figure out what's needed for 3 batches. 3 batches. Okay? What we can really just do is look at one batch and look at 3 batches. What did we do to one batch to get to 3 batches? Well, you would say that we multiplied one batch by 3 to get to 3, right? 1 times 3 is 3. That's exactly right. So if I multiplied one batch by 3, I have to multiply the ratio that gives us one batch of orange water by 3 as well. So multiply each of these terms by 3. Okay, and 3 times 3 is going to give us 9. And then 1 teaspoon of red water. Okay, so 1 times 3 is also going to, well, not also, but it's going to give us 3. So our ratio for 3 batches of water, of orange water, is going to be 9 to 3. When we get to part B, it's asking us to write a ratio that represents the recipe for 6 batches of orange water. And I could go through this whole thing again with the table and all that stuff, or I could just refer back to the previous problem. And a lot of times on these tests is using information for the previous problem, it'll help you. Okay, so what I know from the previous problem is that 3 batches uses, our ratio for 3 batches is going to be 9 to 3. Now we're looking for 6 batches. So we have 3 batches here, 6 batches down here. I notice when I underline that information that 6 batches is double the amount of 3 batches. Okay, 6 is twice as big as 3. So what I would go ahead and do is I would take a look at my ratio right here of 9 to 3. And I know that if I'm doubling the amount of batches that I have, my ratio is going to be doubled as well. So I multiplied 3 by 2 to get to 6. So I should be multiplying this ratio by 2 as well. And when I multiply 9 by 2, I get 18. When I multiply 3 by 2, I get 6. So my new ratio would be 18 to 6. Okay. Number 3, it's asking us to write 3 ratios that are equivalent to 3 to 5. And when we're finding equivalent ratios, all you're doing is you're taking a look at the ratio and you're just choosing a number to either multiply or divide the terms in that ratio by. So in my head, I'm just going to think of 2 small numbers to multiply the ratio 3 to 5 by. I'm going to say 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, both small numbers, but if I multiply both terms in that ratio by 3, 4, and 5, I'll end up with 3 different equivalent ratios, okay? So 3/5. I'm going to multiply this by 2, okay? So 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. And one equivalent ratio to 3 to 5 would be 6 to 10. Next one, I said 3, so I'm going to multiply 3 to 5 by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 to 15 is also equivalent. And then one final one, I said I was going to multiply by 4. So I'll multiply 3 to 5 by 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 4 is 20. So 12 to 20 would work. Okay. Yeah, and again, you could really have an infinite amount of answers there. There's really no limit to how many equivalent ratios you can come up with. But on the test, I'll probably just have a set of, I might just have like a ratio like 3 to 5. And then I'll have 4 options. And I'll say, choose the option that's not equivalent to 3 to 5. So you'll have to do some thinking there. But that's all right. That's what we're doing here. Let's take a look at number 4. Number 4, we have the double number line. And the one reason I really like these is because once you fill out that double number line, there's really no thinking involved. All right? It's just looking at this table or this double number line to help you find the answers, okay? So first thing we need to do, I'm not even going to worry about looking at the questions yet. I see this double number line and I see tick marks that don't have numbers next to them. So we're going to fill out these missing tick marks. We'll start with this number line at the top, the one that says cost in dollars. Okay, and I see that we start with a 0 and then we jump over to a 2. So I'm sorry, that's not a 2. Can you guys see that? That's a 3. So we start at a 0 and then we get all the way to a 3. What did we add to that 0 to get to a 3? Well, we added 3. So that tells me that at each tick mark, we're going to be going up by 3. We'll add 3 to every tick mark. So it'll be 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, we're going to do the same thing down here for our rice number line. We started at 0. Our next tick mark says 2, so that means we went from 0 to 2. Well, we must be adding 2 at every single tick mark. That's exactly right. Okay, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Handwriting's lousy right now. I'm sorry about that, but we're going up by 2s. From here on, all of the answers to these next 2 questions are in this double number line. Okay, it's already there for us. So the first question, what will it cost to get 8 bags of rice? So what we're looking for is the price of 8 bags of rice. What I'm going to do is I'll look at our double number line and I'll try to find where 8 bags of rice is. And I need to make sure I'm looking at the right number line, okay? Because we have 2 number lines. We have one that talks about dollars, okay, the cost, and then one that talks about the bags of rice. Since we're told that we have 8 bags of rice, I'm going to look at our bags of rice column or number line, and I'm going to find 8. And I see that right here. Here's our 8. Guess what? The answer is going to be right across from it, okay? Because we have 8 bags of rice right here. The price is going to be right above that 8. I have a 12 there. So that means 8 bags of rice is going to cost me $12. All right, that's what I really like. Again, there was hardly any math. The only math we did was addition, right? When we were adding numbers on this number line. Okay, from here, it's just once you have this number line set up, you're just trying to find where the numbers are on the number line, and your answers are right there. Okay, that's pretty nice. Second one, how many bags of rice can be bought for $9? So again, $9. Let's find $9 on our in our dollars number line. I see it right here. Okay, I see $9 right here, and then the number right across from it is going to be our answer. $9. The number right across from it is 6. So that tells me that we can buy 6 bags of rice for $9. Okay, there's going to be a part 2 to this video. I'll get that going in a sec. Here we go.